to Sunday, and so far, he's showing up.
Oh, for sure. And that's the second week in a row where we've seen, a leader on Saturday in one of these regions continue to show a good performance on Sunday. It appears last we saw was Cease and Elevate from 100 Thieves, who got first in the qualifiers for NA East, and then first on the next day as well. Oof. Erouce looks like they just barely missed. And look, you don't really expect this if you're Fanad, but what's better than one heavy sniper? Two.
I was just about to say, nobody expects the double heavy snipe. And honestly, the first shot looks like he saw nothing but head, but no problem there. Pushing forward and cleaning it up. Does have the one shadow bomb to his name, so is going to drop the surprise combination in favor of that. Tries to do the swap, but unfortunately can't do that. The shadow bomb still occupies that slot there, so a little difficult. Yep, that is something you're not able to do anymore. As you see him take that high ground, as Villix right next to him, the former Atlantis player, and also just an absolute tank coming out of Europe, has been putting up a bunch of incredible performances, but hasn't quite reached that qualification threshold. Erouce looking to push through, and he found it onto Loru. Great shot as well with that heavy snipe.
Yeah, I'm wondering, one shadow bomb, I think that's worth it to hold right now, especially if there's no launch pad. Want to have that for your next bit of movement needed. This area so stacked. Remember, this is the finals to qualify for the New York City major event later on in July. All eyes on that, and what that means, these end zones a little bit more packed than what we saw yesterday. 28 players left in this very packed zone. That's how you qualify and earn points in the top right. Top 25, 3 placement points. Top 15, you get another 2 extra. Top 5, 2 more. The Victory Royale, 10 points. Obviously, oh my gosh. Erouce is using the duos strategy of the double heavy sniper now in solos, and Sundown, I've watched your jaw drop twice already, and we just started casting.
I mean, much like the Spanish Inquisition, nobody expects the double heavy sniper, particularly twice after he's rotated through. And the thing that's so good about it is he has a little tunnel situation set up there to where he went back and doubled down to get that from the elim that he picked up. So he saw it before, got a shadow bomb, rotated up, got another elim with a solo heavy snipe, and then decided to tunnel back on out and pick back up the double utility of the heavy snipe in order to create more elims. I mean, that's a perfect example of every little play matters, maximizing your efficiency, and now he gets himself into the top 25 as Sawyer Lad picks up flicks.
So well done. Love seeing that strategy brought into play, and obviously, yeah, it's not as fast as the double heavy that you can do in duos where it's instantaneous, but in solos, in these late games, there's so much noise, so much happening that even if you look for a half a second at an opponent and don't replace that back wall, you see what we watched earlier. You just get cut down by the second shot. Brilliantly done. Amuser now set on up, peering back towards the opposite side of the zone.
And one thing to note, if you look in the bottom right, it's going off the side of the Viking village, and Amuser posted up right on the last little bit of zone. It does have the redeploy, so if he gets knocked down, no problem, but was looking for shots. However, a lot of his opportunities, boom, there they are going to happen as the players are actually forced off the top of the mountain. Finds E-Face right there as the rest of the ballers kind of do their best lemming act and all roll over the side of the cliff.
Yeah, brilliantly done right there by Amuser. Still just staying stacked on up, and the zone looks like it's going to be going towards the southeast a little bit. As you see, Amuser still safe for the moment. Now we'll need to begin to build back up. One player above, starting to waterfall down. Nice job by Amuser to take note of that, and now will drop themselves with this redeploy. That's a great tactic right there. A lot of players who are maybe, a lot of times when people think, oh, redeploy is just not good, it's because they use it wrong. You want to drop and then at the last moment pull the chute. You don't want to jump and immediately pull your glider, or else, well, you're a sitting duck. As you know, there's that slower fall with the redeploy when you have it in your inventory.
Yeah, and then you end up crossing too long of a space. I mean, Monster talked about a no-fly zone, particularly with this level of players. You can't rotate around. Amuser gets right in the box, putting that common tack to work. He says, I don't need a combat. I'll do it myself with that. Takes all of those players down and also inherits a baller now for his trouble. So maybe gets a slightly easier rotation on the next one.
Yep, as we go ahead and look back towards the high ground of this build. Sawyer dropping down, it's Erouce still up here, building out just one layer of wood because of how little mass. A brilliant shot, my goodness. 120 plus damage. Unfortunately, doesn't get the build down in time. So weak, dropping all the way down. Can't build a single floor. Get some wood. Enough builds to at least place this launch pad. He goes back to height.
Can he get the shot? He's looking, he sides up out, ramps up, challenging for it, 1-2, and he gets it onto Sawyer.
Wow.
The reason Sawyer was so low was from the earlier 120 Erouce had put on him, and he's putting on a clinic from the high ground in terms of getting the combat shot out and then covering himself every time.
And Erouce is okay with this right now. This is free builds because he's low himself. Heavy Sniper needs to be reloaded. Then I think it's going to be time for him to make the play. Not Bad Sniper on the other side of this box. Erouce versus Not Bad Sniper. Not Bad Sniper. Heavy material advantage. And I think that means Erouce is going to have to give this up for the moment.
He has all the shields in the world too, so he can take the chips and the down and picks up softs, and Villix goes down. So all those players are outside the top 5 now. All about the elims and the victory royale. Who can maximize the points? Can Bad Sniper continue his run here on this Saturday as Kenzo ends Erouce's honestly pretty impressive spree?
This is a really cinematic shot right here with all 4. Well, I was about to say, not much health could drop and fall to their death. That's exactly what happens. Erouce actually gets landed on above, but gets the most ridiculous hip fire shot with the AR. That's how weak the player was. He knew it, just said, hey, let me try it. And guess what? Back to high ground now for Erouce. The second time we've seen Erouce on the high ground this late in the game.
Yeah, so he had actually chipped him out right before that as Mysterious was trying to take it.
Yep.
Erouce's water falling down. So brilliantly done. But that's, again, the level of execution. How do you hit those hip fires so consistently, and how are you so confident to take them through both of the tracer fires towards him? The second one would have hit. First one did hit. Now trying to knock this player down. But the player had connected back over to the old build. So Erouce still going up. Axelito picks up I'm the Beast. Flantom gets the Daimo, and we're into the top 15 as Erouce is now trying to battle for control of the high ground, and it looks like he's going to opt to drop down as he is on 10 build.
Yeah, he put a lot into that. That's the shot! The heavy sniper before Tick can put down the pyramid! Oh no, and look at now the materials for Erouce. Picks up the heavy and one-shots the floor.
Wow, that was just, you could see him trying to find a better situation, trying to disengage and get to a point, and he was able to find the 250 metal, and then as soon as Tiki popped out, boom, heavy sniper down, ready to go. You made a mistake, I capitalized. Brilliantly done.
And that's an example of one of those plays that can literally make the difference between qualifying and not. Flit knocks him out of the zone, so 100 damage plus right there at least. Ctox does get landed on though by Arnie, goes down. Top 4 now are our players. You've got Waxy, KPZ, Arnie, and then Erouce still on the high ground. We know Erouce has builds for days. Erouce can literally build for the rest of this match without having any issue. Waxy, only 9 builds left. We'll have to make the conscious decision to drop on down. Now can't build at all, so it's going to come down to the low ground fight. Shots coming in with the combat shoddy. 1 versus 1. Waxy up against Erouce. Waxy, 17 builds, pops 1 mini. Erouce has height advantage, has material advantage, has health advantage. All signs pointing towards an Erouce victory unless Waxy can pull out something crazy.
The little hill!
And this little hill! Oh no, this little hill could spell disaster for Waxy. Does get tagged once by the shotgun.
Is that a build he has to run back around?
Yep. Erouce on the height. Again, still at 65 builds left. Just going to continue to hit this one out. The tree saving Waxy. The tree is no longer. Waxy trying to do whatever they can to dip into the zone to stay alive. Erouce has the builds needed. Health advantage, material advantage. I mentioned it, it's done. Erouce, the victory royale. A clean hold at the end. And what I love right there, Sundown, is there's no panic drop. There's no ridiculous play. It is simply just bleeding out your opponent.
He was patient the entire time, working top down. It was brilliant there. I mean, the one thing Waxy could have done, could have gone